Hey, welcome back. Today we're in Amsterdam and it's a beautiful day for a photo walk, and I've got a new camera to share with you. Yesterday I picked up this little Pentax 17. She's fresh out of the box and I haven't used it yet, but I'm really excited to give this camera a try. So if you've been following my channel, then you see that I love to shoot with my Rolleiflex. I love medium format film. It's such a great camera to use, but I wanted something that's basically the complete opposite. And I know that there's a lot of feedback on the Pentax 17. It came out last year. I wanted something that's like really playful and lightweight. My Rolleiflex is a very deliberate camera. You really have to be very technically oriented and really focused when you're using it. Obviously, this camera is nice and small. It fits actually in this little bag, which is great. And we're gonna take it for a spin. So, of course, before we get started on our photo walk, it's time to load some film. And I've got with me today a roll of Kodak Ultramax. It's a classic film that I love to use. And because this is a half frame camera, I wrote half frame on it so that I can let the lab know how I prefer to have the film scanned. So this is my first time loading the film in this camera, but I'm pretty confident that it will be simple. What I understand about this camera is that it's really kind of like more of a beginner's camera, like sort of if you're new to using film, which obviously I'm not. So this is my first go. It's straight out the box. Let's see how easy it is to load. You just pop that open, get the film in, close it down. Then you're gonna extend the leader just over to this red mark. Always good to make sure that it matches up with the sprockets. Close it up and hope for the best. I've already put the battery in. So now we should advance it a couple times. Just got it set on auto. It's really satisfying to have this film advance lever. I feel like that's a really fun element. Okay, I think I have to just keep advancing it a couple more times. It said that you should advance it all the way until it reaches 0. But sometimes, you know, at the beginning of a roll, you can get the fun like light leaks and stuff. So let's just see how this comes out. You never know. Okay. Looks like we're at 0 now. Maybe could already be at 1. So my plan for this roll of Ultramax is to try to shoot diptychs. So with this camera, because it's half frame, it takes a regular frame of 35mm film, but it divides the frame in half vertically. So you have a vertical viewfinder here, and there's little notations in it. But I suppose if you also wanted to, you could flip it and it would change to a landscape shot. A diptych is like 2 images together in one frame, which is, I mean, we're doing exciting stuff over here, so I get it. So a diptych is when you've got 2 frames together, and that's exactly what this camera does. It shoots 2 vertical images inside of 1 regular 35mm frame. So I want to try to keep track of which number I'm on in the roll, because it's a roll of 36, so I'll have 72 shots, but basically I could also have 36 diptychs. So that's kind of what I have in mind for this, but you know what? It's also my very first time using this camera, so part of it will have to be an experiment. I'm excited to test out this camera. Come along with me. So here's where I'm already getting a little bit tripped up, because like I mentioned, my goal is to shoot diptychs. So I want the two images together in one frame. My plan is that they're coordinated images, like maybe a wide shot and a close-up or something like that. I think that's a cool way of using a half-frame camera to tell a story. But I will say right off the bat, this frame counter is really a little tricky. It's just got these tiny notches, but I guess we'll find out when I get the roll back. It would definitely never be so kind of not thoughtless, but playful with my Rolleiflex. I feel like now I can really just snap, 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 and that's something I never do with medium format film, because with a roll of 120 film, you only get 12 shots, and with this 36 frame on a half frame camera, I'll get 72 shots. So let's see. Yeah, this frame counter is really tricky. The shutter is a little slower than what I would normally expect, I think. Oh, this is just such a different experience for me. Like, I'm used to having so much control over my image, the framing, the exposure. I love to shoot manually, even if I have automatic as an option. With my Rolleiflex, it's always manual, but this is just really weird to be kind of like snapping and not totally in control of what my image is gonna be. But that's fun. Sometimes you need to let go of control and tap into creativity. That's a really cute one. So now I've been shooting so far on automatic, but I want to try the bokeh, which is supposed to give you like a more shallow depth of field for like a close-up. So let's see how that goes. Well, my thoughts so far is that this is an adorable camera. Everybody kind of commented that the build felt sort of plasticky, but yeah, coming from someone who's often shooting a really big, heavy medium format camera, this is really fun for me. Like even getting ready today, I was shocked I could just fit it in my little tiny bag. That never happens for me. So I think it's quite nice. I mean, it has a really nice feel. There's a grip here above the battery, and it's so nice. But it's funny, I'm so used to kind of supporting my Rolleiflex around my neck that I noticed myself by default like gripping this camera. But I mean, it really weighs nothing. So it's sort of like funny to notice the natural habits that you develop as a photographer, any artist, I suppose. But yeah, I'm so used to gripping my camera. So now I need a second tiny boat to complete the diptych. But I also like this little tiny archway. Whenever I'm walking here along the Herengracht, I love this little archway. I've photographed it before. So let's just do that instead. And oh, perfect, there's a bike. So I feel like the shutter kind of lags. Again, maybe I'm just not used to using a point and shoot, because I'm not. But I did read that I think the fastest shutter on this camera is 1/300th. Maybe I think it was 1/300th. So should be okay. But yeah, I'm really just letting go and creating for the sake of creating and trying something new. And I think everyone should do that once in a while. It's so easy to get kind of stuck in your routine. Of course, I know what works and what I like, but it's also fun to just mix things up and try something new. And that's really what I was looking forward to with getting this camera. Let's go explore a little bit more. What if I was like, oh, my foot? Okay, can we get the B? Now it's the ultimate test of the bokeh shot. Let's see, there's two, but I like the big fat one. All right, well, maybe that'll be a diptych and we can see the difference. Style bumps really easily too. Well, we'll find out. Again, I've like lost count of where I am along the frames, but that's okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, the macro. Okay. So this dial, it tells you the distance. So here, we've got the range, and then at the bottom of the camera, it tells you how far. So for example, I think a middle one is probably the one with the little two people, which is a range of 5.6 feet or 1.7 meters. So I think I could go a little bit closer. That's less than 1.7 meters. I really just like the color on these boats, and now I'm like really overthinking it, so. We'll do a red boat too. So the clouds are kind of on and off today, which is very Amsterdam. I'm gonna do a couple shots. There's a guy over here cleaning the boat, which looks pretty cool. And I'm gonna do a couple shots using the exposure compensation so that I can see, yeah, how that works. Yeah, I like this guy fixing his bike. We can go check that out. Hey, goedemiddag. Ik probeer met mijn nieuwe camera. Kan ik een foto van je maken? Oké, cool. Dank je. Ja. Nee, het is een beetje langzaam. Camera, maar ja, doe als je wil. Oké, cool. Oh, actually, we could try some action. Let's give that a try. Why not? Give it a spin. Oh yeah, I like actually that your hands are quite dirty. That's kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
Let's see. Oh, good. Now the light's out. Yes, he's gonna go in the tiny hole. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, there's another very cute boat coming. I need to get a classic bridge, bike, and boat shot, obviously. Anyway, you were asking my experience. I'm having a lot of fun with the camera, and it is weird for my brain to just be like, lots los, like just shooting around and snapping things. But it's fun to try something different. And I think this would be a really fun camera to bring along. Just toss it in my bag, like snap everyday moments. That's kind of the vibe I was expecting. And so far, I would say it's delivering on that experience. So I'm quite happy with it. Another cute boat. They're everywhere. Yeah, I think it's time for a snack. Let's keep walking. One thing I will say is that the dials are very sensitive, so I noticed that I'm bumping them quite easily. So if you use this camera, definitely you have to be quite mindful of the settings, which is sort of ironic because it's like a point and shoot essentially. So at first I wanted to take a picture of this relief. In Amsterdam, there's all these really cool old carvings, and they would tell you what the person of that building did. So like a shoemaker, a fisher, a baker. But now I'm also noticing there's a really nice window reflection. And if you know me, you know I love a window reflection. So I'm getting some new inspiration over here. I'm going to put it on, I guess maybe like this food setting, because I want to get kind of close and frame myself in the window. And there's these really pretty lights that's reflecting. It's very dark inside, so let's give it a go. Okay, the flash went off. So we didn't want that. Let's try again. I put it on the bokeh mode with the macro mode, and hopefully that'll open up the aperture really wide, and then we'll get a shot. Let's see. Let's see what this roll's gonna be. There was a gal with a bouquet of flowers on her bike, but I'm not sure if I got it. Oh, the boat is stuck. The boat is stuck. It can't make the turn. This is funny. You can't get it. I hope that came out as a diptych. That would be funny. Oh man, it's a tight turn. I mean, let that be a lesson that these gigantic tourist boats are way too big, also ugly, and we should just have cute, tiny, photogenic boats. If you come later in the day, it's not like crazy busy here. I've turned the exposure compensation up because it's just so dark now. Oh, tiny dog in the bike. I know. Just warms your heart, honestly. All right. Yeah, this is great. Like a whole parade of boats now. I snapped away during this boat traffic jam, and I'm not sure if I just took my last picture. I could feel some tension when I advanced the film, so I either just took my last shot or I have one shot left. And if I have one shot left, will you take it of me? I think it's all set up. All you have to do is point and shoot. That's the fun of it. I actually don't think I've ever had my picture taken on this canal, and I've lived here since 2009. I wish I still had some shots left. Hey again, it's been a couple weeks of using the Pentax 17 and I wanted to quickly jump on here and give you a little bit more feedback about my experience. So overall, I'm really happy with the quality of the photos from my first roll, and I also ran into a couple little glitches. You may have noticed throughout the video that I kept mentioning the mode dial was slipping. It was really loose, it wouldn't stay in place, and that became super irritating, and it made my experience really frustrating. The other glitch I ran into was with the rewind crank. When I would rewind my film, the film would get jammed right at the end and I had to wait and go into a dark room to get my film out safely. This happened on a couple rolls, so I realized I don't think this is a fluke, but rather an error with the camera. Something cool about the Pentax is that because it's a new camera, you're able to still exchange it and it's protected with a 2-year warranty. So I ended up taking this back to the camera store and switching it out for a new one. So far, I'm having a much better experience with this camera and I'm glad I held on to it. So that's a wrap on my first time using the Pentax 17. If you've used it, let me know what you think. There's a lot of dialogue about this camera and I'd love to have a conversation. And also tag me because I'd love to see the photos that you made too. See you next time.